Right, here we go with 16. So we need to know how to graph inequalities. Okay, so in order to do that, I have to take this these answers and I want you to graph them. Okay, and so let's say I were to look at A or something. Actually, the dead giveaway easiest is to find the vertex. If you look at the vertex right here, it's at 2. So right now, it's really easy to get rid of that answer. Okay. And then the next one is I have 3 choices here. Okay. Now, I notice that it's a dotted line. So if it's a dotted line, it doesn't have an equal sign with it. So I can actually get rid of D now, too. So right now, I've gotten rid of 2 answers, A and D. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is now I have between C and B to graph. So how do I graph a inequality? So all I have to do, what you need to do is press delete. Press delete, okay? So if I press delete, you get this options right here on the graph part of your graphing calculator, and you can now actually write that equation, okay? So I'm going to look at C, y greater than x squared plus 2. So I'm going to go y greater than, okay, and I'm going to plug in x plus 2 right now, okay? Then from there, you need to press enter, and what's going to happen, oops, I made a mistake, so let me go back, okay? So what's going to happen here, okay, let me redo that. I got to put x squared, so I didn't square it. It helps if I square it, right? So right from here, I am going to now enter, and now I actually have the same graph, okay? And if you notice, it's a dotted line just like I have over here, okay, on this one, okay? So these are the same. This is up 2, that's up 2 on the graph, so my best answer is actually C, okay? So there it is right there, C, all right? Now, if you were to look at 17, it's kind of very similar. You would go actually to your graphing calculator. I'm not going to do it here for you, but you would still go back, okay, and you'd do it again, okay? And you would do delete, bring it up again, and you would look to see which one of these answers would be the best answer, okay? And I would think it's probably A because it's up 2 again. It's kind of the same graph, but now it's shaded below, so it's less than. So A would probably be your best answer for number 17. Okay, looking at number 18, it wants to know how many solutions of the system of equations. So here's a quadratic equation or parabola. Also, that's the name of the graph, parabola. And here's a linear equation right here, or a line, I mean. And it wants to know how many solutions there are. So you need to tell me pretty much where is it intersecting at. So where are these two intersecting at? I see 2 spots, one there and one here, okay? So my answer would be 2 solutions, okay? So that would be the best way to handle that. Right, going on to the next one. Okay, we actually just got out of doing this not too long ago. So let me write it here. Okay, recall that the bottom number 3 there is your index. So I'm going to write a 3 in front of the radical. We'll put A inside. Okay, and then the 2 is saying that this is squared, okay? It either can go inside this radical, or you can put a parentheses around the whole thing and square it like this, okay? So what has the best answer is D. D is the same thing, okay? So there's my answer. All right. Now looking at number 2, same situation. This is the index right here, so 6. So I'm going to go 6, square radical symbol, 2A. Okay, and it's the same thing. I could put a 5 here, or let me erase that, or okay, or I can put it around the whole thing like this. Okay, so that makes it to the 5th power like that. Okay, so the only one that has that answer, I believe, is A. All right. Okay, so that's how you do those 2 problems right there. All right, so from here, what I'm going to do is, Okay, for this problem, all you have to do is kind of do what I did earlier, okay, where you take it, okay, and you go to your graph, and you're going to go and you're going to graph each one of these separately, okay? Now, there's several ways you can actually put an inequality on your calculator. Okay, you can actually press Control equals, and you can actually make this a greater than, less than, whatever you want. Okay, so I can make it greater than or equal to, I can do that, whatever I want. Okay, so first thing I would do is I would go here, press the delete button, okay, and then graph one of these. So let's say I did this one. Okay, I noticed that one of the lines over here has a dotted line, and it's shaded kind of to the left of it or above it. So that line that's dotted, I'm guessing it's going to be one of these 2x minus 4 equations. Okay, and I noticed that it's greater than it, the shaded part up here. So I'm probably going to pick one that has a greater than symbol in it. So right now I could probably get rid of B and D. Okay, all right. So if I were to do A, okay, I would put in greater than, and then I would go 2x minus 4, and I would go enter. Okay. There's that actually picture right here, and you notice it's a dotted line when I put my pointer on it. Okay, and then I go to the next one. Okay, so I'm going to press a tab. Okay, on here, and I got to graph this one. So I'm going to go. This time I got to go Y, Control equals, and I got to plug in this one right here. Y is less than 2, and I want you to press enter on that. Okay. And I noticed that this is the shaded. This one looks exactly like this picture. Shaded below, shaded above. These two are crossing right in here, just like this. So A is your best answer. Okay, it's 24 and 25 and 26. So checking to see if you know your zeros or your roots. Okay. One of them wants to see if you know an equation. So the equation here, okay, is x plus 6 squared, okay, minus 49. Now, the easiest way to handle this is actually put it in your calculator. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to put parentheses, okay, x plus 6, okay, and then I'm going to press the right arrow key, and I'm going to square it, okay, and I'm going to go square it, and then press the right arrow key again, okay. And then I got to go plus, okay, or sorry, not plus, minus 49, okay. And I'm going to press enter, okay. And so I'm looking to see my two answers. So sometimes you have to zoom out. So I'm going to go menu, view, okay. And then from here, sorry, I want to zoom out. So let me see, graph, okay. And no, I don't want that. Anyways, you want to be able to move out, zoom out. Okay, Windows zoom. Sorry, here we go. Okay, zoom out, and then we're going to zoom out. And I noticed that right now. You can even see right here. Where is this crossing the x-axis? I notice it's crossing at 1 and negative 13. So if I look at my answers, I'm looking for one that says 1 and negative 13, and that is C right here. Okay. All right, now which are the solutions of this graph? So this is really simple. I want to see exactly where it's crossing the axis. So this looks like 1, 2, looks like positive 3, and this looks like 1, negative 2. So positive 3 and negative 2, the only one that has that answer right now, it looks like it is A. Okay? So that would be the best answer. So number 25, okay, very similar, okay. I'm going to look at where it crosses the x-axis here. So this looks like a 0 and 4, so the only answer that has that is A, okay. Okay, when you guys get to 27, okay, so this is what I want you to do. All right, let's look at get another graph up, okay. So from here, sorry, not another graph. I want to go to actually my calculator. Okay, I actually showed you this trick the other day. All you have to do is go menu, okay, and from here you go to so from here you go to 3 and menu 3 2, okay, and then remember you got to change this number to 3, and you press OK. Then from there you would enter these as you see them. So the top on your calculator you would have to write negative x, okay, minus 5y. Okay, and I didn't put in the 5, but you got to put in negative 5y. Okay, and you go minus 5z. Okay, equals 2. Okay, and then you go to the next one. You plug in the next one right here. Okay, so you plug all this in, and then an answer. You get an answer in the end. Okay, so so that's how you would do that one. All right, so you should be able to figure that one out real easily just from doing your calculator. All right. So next one. Okay. All right. You can go back to your calculator. You don't really need your calculator for this one actually, but right from here, okay, I'm going to write out. Okay. I'm now going to write out this one. It says factor by grouping. So a little while ago we did this. Okay, so what I would do is I'm going to write this out: x cubed minus 4x squared, okay, minus 4x plus 6, okay. All right, and then I'm going to group them together. So I'm going to group this one together and then this one together, okay. And then remember from here you have to pull out something in common. So I noticed that both have an x squared, so I'm going to pull out an x squared. And then you need to see what's left. So right here, x squared times x gives me x cubed. Okay, x squared times 1 gives me x squared, but then I'm left with the 4. Okay. Then I go here and I have to take out that negative 4 because this has 16. Sorry, I wrote it wrong. Okay, negative 4x plus 16, so I both have a negative 4. And then what's left is x. Okay, so negative 4 times negative 4 gives me 16. Okay, so if you look what's left, these two are the same. So I write it as x minus 4. Okay, and then what's left is x squared minus 4. So I go x squared minus 4 and put those together. And there's my final answer. I factored it by grouping. So whichever one has that answer, I think it's this one right here from what I'm looking at. Okay, next one. Similar, you have to factor. So I have to see what's in common between 2 and 8. So what is in common between 2 and 8? Okay, well, I could say the greatest common factor is 2. What is in common between n squared and n to the 4th? So n squared is what's in common. So we got to go 2n squared times what equals 2n squared? Well, 1, right? 2n squared times 1 equals 2n squared. Minus 2n squared times what gives me 8n to the 4th? Well, 2 times 4 gives me 8. N squared times n squared gives me n to the 4th. So 4, my fault. 4, 2 times 4 is 8. N squared times n squared gives me n to the 4th. So the only thing that has that answer is, I believe it's B right here. Okay? Anyways, I hope this helps you. Hopefully you guys do well in your ACP.